Round one, we gotta keep. Gonna keep this. Opponent mulls to 6 at least. Keeps at 6. Playing against white. Okay. Pretty reasonable draw. A little bit unfortunate, I guess, that we have our 2 6-drops, but we do have both colors and we have a pretty awesome 2-drop, so certainly worthy of a keep. All right, another 2-drop I'll take. Can't regen that. All right, land draw is actually pretty good. Let's just get our double black now. Let's drop a Runed Servitor and then pass. So next turn we get Farika's Disciple, just slowly building towards our big 6-drops. Rock Mauler, fine draw. We've got late game plan on lockdown. We do, however, need more land. This is actually, I mean, I suppose it's good for him too because he needs cards more than we do, but we really need that 5th land, so all right. I guess we were going to get it next turn. I don't mind Celestial Flare on a Runed Servitor that much, especially since he gave us free reign on it. Like, we could have potentially drawn a better play that turn, which may have worked better for us, but this is certainly satisfactory. Evolutionary Leap, okay. So we'll get in. Follow up with Rock Mauler. Okay. Well, I've got an evolutionary leap target now, which is good. So if we draw the land, we slam a fatty. We don't draw the land. I'll do something else. Well, now I kind of wish I hadn't Renowned. So I have 5 mana. I guess I just go Leap Valeran Wardens. I don't need to offer the trade, I don't think. So I'm in a pretty decent position here. I can potentially draw a land. If I don't draw a land, I can swing with both my guys. Even if he plays a blocker here, I can kill it with Unholy Hunger, still get in, still draw my card, potentially get a land there, and then I can still Evolutionary Leap, which is also good. Our opponent does have Spell Mastery at this point. The beats continue. All right, no play. Very good. There's our 6th land, so let's just go ahead and swing here. I like drawing cards. This is actually interesting. I may want to play around Tragic Arrogance. Actually, I guess I play Naturalist here. Maybe you're wondering why. Well, the main reason is if he does, in fact, have Tragic Arrogance. I can... Actually, can I sack a creature? Oh, yeah, I can sack a creature before he makes target choices. So I still end up ahead in the hand. Meteorite I'm way less concerned about. We just have all of our fatties in one hand, which is pretty awesome. So, swing with everything, 7. I've only got 10, so I guess we just go for the win here. Oh, I shouldn't have tapped all my green mana. Okay. Hope I didn't reveal my hand. Sometimes when I'm clicking and they seed, they can time it right. I don't like that when they concede, your button that you were clicking OK with instantly goes to reveal hand. It'd be better if it went straight to, if they leveled it so it went straight to begin sideboarding. So playing against red-white, our opponent did mulligan. Did not exactly have a quick start, but had a fine start for a hand that mulliganed. We don't know what the meteorite's for yet. Could just be, you know, a removal spell at 5, which isn't the greatest. But saw plenty of removal and a good uncommon, so our opponent's deck certainly seems fine. We don't have much in the sideboard department, do we? Like, Hitchclaw Recluse doesn't really do much against Acolyte. I guess it does something against unrenowned Acolyte, but not enough where I care, I don't think. Maybe on the draw, Recluse is better. Our opponent, red-white, likely aggressive. Let's bring in the Recluse. Let's bring out the Orchard Spirit. I think Shaman of the Pack has the potential value of coming in and dealing damage right away for the win, which could be better than Orchard Spirit's evasiveness, especially on the draw. Like, if I go back on the play, maybe I go back into Orchard Spirit territory. Okay, let's do this. One lander, I don't like so much. On the draw, though, potentially draw green mana, get Visionary. So I have 9. I straight up have 16 land draws that are good, so that's close to 50%. I have 1 turn grace period. If I draw black mana only, I can still build towards Liliana. But like I said, she's not that busted. And then I have, well, I do have a good 3-drop, though. Do have a couple expensive things. I'm trying to think how likely this hand is to work on the draw. Like, if I draw any of my 16 lands, I'm good. If I draw green mana, I get Visionary turn 2. Into Hydra, potentially, but if I don't draw... I think there's probably too much expensive stuff in here. Maybe. It's a difficult one. I think our deck's good enough where I should mulligan. Hope to see some more lands. Okay. Land draws are good. No 2-drop from our opponent. Very nice. I'll take the land draws for now. I mean, building towards Empath for finding creatures seems very good, especially since half our deck is creatures. No white mana from our opponent's also nice. And the fact that we're seeing like all of our renowned guys with Valerian Wardens is also very nice. Forgive the chainsaw noise in the background. Jeez. Fire Fiend, Elemental. Well, the nice thing is I can attack into it in Might of the Masses. But I bet he's okay with that trade too, to be honest. I think we still go for it. Seems a little bit more than likely that my opponent will block, but that's all right. He kind of has to block here. Like if my opponent doesn't block, that's pretty surprising. I got to be honest. I think I would have blocked. I would have rather my opponent, like if I was in that situation, I would have rather my opponent play a combat trick to get rid of my 4-drop than draw a card and get a 3/5, you know? Guess I shouldn't have pre-combated my land, since now I'm guaranteed to be unable to do Unholy Hunger next turn. Not that I would necessarily have 100% done it, but it's just an option I don't have now. All right, Expression Bonds. Well, thankfully our deck has a couple ways to deal with that, and we still get the triggered ability off of Valerian Wardens, which is pretty awesome. Something I like quite a bit. He's attacking, which is not the best idea. Well, we would have been able to play Unholy Hunger, but no big deal. Let's go, let's just swing with Disciple first. Get our card. Shaman of the Pack. Well, not insane. Let's play Disciple number 2. I like getting renowned guys out when we have this Valerian Warden. It seems quite good. Next turn we have Unholy Hunger plus Might of the Masses. I could Might of the Masses defensively. I don't actually like it that much. Casey has Celestial Flare, which we know he's running. And I'm in a pretty excellent position to race here, to be honest. All right, I think we just, wait. Oh, that gets bigger. For some reason, I always thought you put it on the patron, but that's just not the case. I don't even have to bust the Unholy Hunger. It's pretty awesome. Let's go this, just in case I need to play it Unholy Hunger. I just don't think I do. I guess our opponent's really not highly incentivized to block here. Let's draw yet another card. Leaf Gilder. So 6 mana. I can play Leaf Gilder plus Shaman of the Pack plus leave open Might of the Masses, which at that point is almost assuredly lethal. I can also go Llanowar Empath into Leaf Gilder, but then I can't Might of the Masses. I'm trying to think here. My best way to maximize Shaman of the Pack. Next turn I'll have 7 mana, which means I can go Empath plus. Shaman. I mean, I can also just go Empath. Potentially Burned Out next turn. I think I have to leave up the Unholy Hunger, which means I think I just pass. See how my opponent attacks. I'm trying to think if I probably would rather kill the Flyer, even though this is dealing more damage. I have enough ground guys. I don't have much in the way of air defense, so I think it's actually better to Unholy Hunger the Flyer. Well, that's what I wanted to Unholy Hunger anyway. All right, Celestial Flare left up. So we want pre-combat creatures here. I've got 7 mana, so I can play Leaf Gilder, Shaman. Celestial Flare left up is a pretty good indication that let's go Leaf Gilder. Although that deals what, 3 to my opponent, bringing them. I mean, I've got the lethal, but then I can't do Leaf Gilder, Shaman. I guess I go Leaf Gilder. I mean, this is still absolutely lethal. Wait, let me think about this. 5, 8. But then I can't do. This is +4, 7. I don't want to Might of Masses with. Well, actually, I guess it doesn't matter, does it? Because I'll just sacrifice the one that I didn't Might of the Masses. But then it might get one less big. I want to play Shaman this turn, so I think I actually play Shaman now. And that brings him to 10. Which means I do have lethal, but only if he didn't have the Celestial Flare. I actually play Empath here, I think. This is still lethal with Might of the Masses if he doesn't have Celestial Flare. But also gives me a way around Chandra's Fury and generate some card advantage, which is also pretty nice. A couple creatures. I guess we can. Servitor is not really that necessary. Well, land's not very good either. I suppose I can leave them both on top. I've got some more fatties though. Let's get that on the bottom and top this one. Then we'll get in with our dudes. Did have the flare, which makes me slightly less inclined to want to cast Might of the Masses this turn. Because I can get it. I mean, I can do Might of the Masses now and get in for 8, but I think I'm going to save it. Just in case he has, like, another suppression bond. I don't know. I mean, it just feels like I don't need to. It's not lethal. Why rush it when I possibly want it defensively here? I would only use it defensively if it became an emergency. Like, this actually feels like a decent opportunity to use it. If his last spell is some removal for Lano or Empath, which it feels like it might be. I'm going to pump it in response here. War Oracle. All right. So 8 mana. What can I do with 8? Guess 9 mana, right? Well, I want to play Rock Mauler this turn, so I think we just bash with Disciple. No cards left in my opponent's hand, which is pretty nice. And then we go Rock Mauler plus Leaf Gilder. I guess I'll keep the land. So this way I can't really comfortably attack with the War Oracle. We have a Shaman of the Pack for 4 damage next turn, which he doesn't know about. 4 damage burn spell is pretty nice. So, attacks with a 4/4. Guess I just trade. Like, I don't want to trade 2 elves because I want that 4 damage, but he's also gaining 4. But the problem is Mauler's going to trade with Elemental anyway, but then I guess I double block. Makes our Shaman worse, but that's okay. Post-combat Majoring Bully. Well, he wouldn't have been able to attack turn 1 with it anyway, so I guess that doesn't really matter. Visionary. Well, don't mind if I do before my Shaman of the Pack. Undercity Troll. Very good. Guess we swing with both. Could swing with Leaf Gilder too, actually. If he kills Leaf Gilder, I can only deal 2 with the Shaman of the Pack, but this gets Renowned and I draw a card. I think it's worth it, actually. I guess I'm a little bit surprised he didn't. All right, so we got round one. Drew very well that game. And Valerian Wardens actually did just tons of work for us. I believe we drew, well, at least one, just 3 cards. We drew 3 cards off of it, so Valerian Wardens played very well for us. And Shaman of the Pack did some work. Might of the Masses, maybe that was a questionable play, but it preserved. I felt like there must have been some reason that he wanted to Fiery Impulse my Leaf Gilder. I suppose it was just lose a chump blocker, so perhaps using that defensively was a bad idea, but we had the card advantage, I think, was the main reason that I felt comfortable doing that. All right, we'll see you in round 2.